Hi, my name is Elaine, and today I'm going to be doing a book review of Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I'm kind of late to the Illuminae party. I actually only read it because I'm in a book club, and our book of the month was to read someone else's favorite. We all wrote down our favorite book, and we put it in a cup, and then we had to draw one out, and I drew Illuminae. So that's why I read it. And I didn't know if I would really love it, because while I do love space stuff, I didn't know this was about space. I literally had no clue what this was about, and I thought it was just about science, and I hate science. And so for the longest time I was like, no, I'm not reading this. But I had to, and I loved it a lot. So for those of you who don't know what it's about, it actually is about space. Basically, there's this planet where there's oil mining, and it's illegal. So they get attacked from this other oil company, and everyone from this planet is either dying or dead or being attacked or is getting onto a ship to escape. And there's these two people, Katie or Caddy. I'm gonna call her Katie because I don't really know. It's K-A-D-Y. So Katie, Caddy. If this is Mean Girls, it's Katie. So Katie and Ezra just broke up. But then they're thrust back together in this attack, but then they're torn apart and put on different ships. So it tells their story as well as other people on the ship. It just tells their story of what happened to them. So it's not told like a regular story, like I walked to the ship and then I saw the stars. No, it's all files. Do you see that? Like this is a file, emails and file. It's just cool. There's a ship. So it's not like your typical story, and I thought that was super cool because I'd never really seen anything like that before. So now that I've kind of given you a synopsis and told you I liked it, if you haven't read it, you should definitely go check it out. Even if you're not a space science nerd, I loved it, and I'm a romance freak. So it was really good. It's one of my all-time favorites now. Not even joking. Alrighty, so now we're going to get into the spoilery part. So if you haven't read this and you don't want to be spoiled, you should probably turn off this video now. Bye. Alrighty, so now we can talk about the book. First thing I want to talk about is the actual formatting of the book. At first I didn't really know if I would like it because I'm not in the main characters' heads and I'm not knowing what's happening from their point of view. But I ended up really liking it. I thought it was super cool. However, some files I was kind of okay, I get it. Let's move on with the surveillance stuff. It's boring. But the good thing about that was, no matter how much I didn't like a certain file, it was over within 4 or 5 pages. Nothing was ever 50 pages that I was stuck with, you know? So that was really cool. I liked that about it. The characters. I thought it was really cool that even though we don't get to hear the story from Katie and Ezra's point of view, the authors were still able to develop the characters fully, and we know their personalities and their character traits without ever being in their heads, which is something really hard to do, but they managed to pull it off beautifully. For the writing, sometimes when there's two different authors, you can tell who wrote what. For this one, I never really was oh, this person wrote that and this person wrote that. It all flowed together very nicely. These people worked really wonderfully together. I just thought the writing and the formatting was super cool. And kudos to them because I've never seen anything like this before, and they pulled it off magnificently. This is really good. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the characters. Katie, she was cool. Ezra, loved him. I thought he was dead. I was reading and I was I literally punched the book. Because I thought he was dead and I was pissed. So I punched the book, I was crying, I was this is unacceptable. Okay, yeah, so I was pissed. But then at the end he was still alive? Okay, that's fine. Aiden. Oh my god. My friend loves Aiden. She's I really hope he's in the newest one. He's my favorite character. He sucked. Why is he in love with her? Go find your own robot girlfriend. He killed millions of people. I was friend. He just, if he wanted to kill Torrance and the one guy's, why didn't he just kill them? And she was like, oh, he's dramatic. It's just how he is. Well, that's annoying. He needs to fix that. I did not like Aiden. Sometimes when I was reading from his point of view, I was like, come on. But it was really cool, like, reading from a computer thing, AI thing. That was cool. But also, it made my robot fear go even higher, because I'm terrified that a robot is going to take over my computer or my camera right now and I'm going to die. And so that just made it worse. You know who else made me cry? I can't even think of his name. I think his name was Dorian, and that girl, and she was like, yeah, meet me in the computer room. And he was like, are you for real? And she was like, no. And then she was like, but am I? Meet me there and you'll find out. Oh my god, I loved that. Are they still alive? I don't even remember. I don't think they are. I think they died. They probably died. I'm pretty sure like everyone died. The disease thing, the phobos disease thing. Yeah, as you can tell, I am horrible at pronouncing stuff. I'm gonna butcher literally everything. Can't even say my favorite author's last name right. Abertali, don't even know. Yeah, so I apologize for that in advance. But disease thing, that had the potential to be very cheesy. It could have come off as, oh my god, zombies, been there, done that, Black Death. It could have come off as super cheesy, super dumb, and it didn't. I thought, like, sometimes I was kind of like, what the frick? But, like, in a good way. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, this is really terrifying. Like, that, it really freaked me out. Like, those guys were scary, man. Like, I would not want to be infected with that or see someone infected with that, because I would literally just space myself. I'd be like, yeah, nope, open the door, and I would just let myself float into space and die. Because, yeah. Those things were freaking terrifying. Especially when they kept calling her Birdie. Like, does she look like a bird? Quit calling her Birdie. Yeah. So that had the potential to go seriously south. And it didn't. Same with Katie and Ezra's romance. The whole, like, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend thing, that's been, like, done before. Like, exes, and they don't like each other. But let's make them love each other again. Like, that didn't come off cheesy at all. Like, I thought it was really cool and creative, and I just thought that the way that they portrayed these characters was really cool. Like, they didn't, oh, we broke up, we're gonna hate each other and fight, and then hate turns to love. It wasn't like that. It was like they loved each other, and they're put in this, like, horrible situation, and they realize that all of their circumstances before don't matter, and all that matters is that, like, we might die, so I'm gonna love you because I really love you, and if this is my last day, I want to spend it with you. And so that was really cool. That made me cry. I love romance so much. So I am a romance snob, and this one I really liked. I mean, it's not like a full-fledged romance, but it is got those romance hints. And I heard the next one is more romantic. I'm extra excited for that one. But they were able to incorporate snippets of romance that were enough to keep me happy, but then also have action, adventure, even like horror, because that disease thing was scary. And this book really has a little bit of everything, and I really liked that. In this book, bad leadership was discussed, you know, oil companies and what companies will do to get their way or get money was brought up, like government was brought up. And then also there was romance and action, adventure. Literally everything ever was in this book except for like magic, but I think the vortex thing was pretty magical. Yeah, so overall I really like this book, and I know this review is kind of short. It's just like, that's pretty much it. Like, I really liked it. I don't really have very many negative things to say, other than sometimes when I was reading the files I was like, okay, let's move on, especially Aiden, because man, I hate him. I hate him so much. I want him to die, but he's not dead. And at the end, like there's a sliver of redemption. No, he ain't getting redeemed. He killed like 1,000,000 people. Ezra loved him. Dorian loved him. He was only in it for like 1 or 2 parts, but man, that really made an impression on me. I really liked him. This book was kind of like heart-wrenching too, because like even characters you don't know, like people affected with the virus thing, like they hear Aiden plays back their like daughter's voices, and like they're like, baby, I never thought I'd hear you again. Like, that's so sad. All these people are dying. And so this book plays with your emotions a lot. So I know this review is kind of short, But I really just don't have very many negative things to say. I really, really did enjoy this book, and I'm really looking forward to reading the next one. And hopefully I'll get it done before the newest one comes out. And I'm super excited. So 5 out of 5 stars from me. And that's really weird because usually sci-fi is not my go-to. I mean, romance galore. I'm a romantic. I loved this book. Thanks for watching this review. Let me know if you liked Illuminae. And then I'd love to hear books that you thought were similar to this one or had a space romance vibe or anything like that. I know this isn't a romance, like, I'm just saying, I love romance, and the romance part of this book was really lit, you know? So if you got anything, space romance, or just space or something cool like this, hit me up in the thingy below, because that would be nice of y'all. And thank you for watching my review of Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Have a wonderful day, y'all.